Welcome to the Intergenerational Program closing. Thank you so much for coming to celebrate today. We close our program each year with approximately 50 new volunteer juniors and seniors from Old Bridge High School psychology class. Our older adults here at the Senior Center graciously welcome 2 different groups monthly for 6 months. At the start of the program each year, we applaud the teens and seniors' enthusiasm as these same participants gain knowledge from each other and develop friendships which begin with our first meet and greet. The Old Bridge Municipal Alliance for the Prevention of Substance Abuse through the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse utilizes grant funding for this program and many others here in the town and our schools. We hope to support and benefit all ages of our community with positive programming. A little bit of background about the Intergenerational Program. This program began with a series of workshops for our younger and older adults through NCADD, which is now Wellspring, to help ease the common stresses that both groups face in their lives. The program was then supported over 20 years by our Board of Education Administration, which I always want to send a special thank you to them, into the curriculum in the high school psychology class because the students learn about healthy aging, and it is taught in the lesson plan. We have reached over 1,000 teens through the years with this program and doubled that for our senior citizens. I think that deserves a round of applause. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mayor Owen Henry.
I'd like to thank Karen for putting this program together. I think the results and our staff here. And I'd just like to say just a few words. You know, we use the term age. How old are you? How old are you? And age, what does it say? What does it mean in the dictionary? Age, what's the definition? I look at it as how long you've had, how much experience you have, how much knowledge you have, and what you've accomplished. And how many years that you've been on this planet. Here we have 16, 17, 15 years on this planet. Here we have 60, 70, 80, 90 years on this planet. And the difference, what this generation, what you've been able to achieve in your lifetime on this planet without a cell phone, without a computer, without Google, and without Amazon. Speaks volumes of what you've been able to accomplish. Now the challenge is, what are you going to accomplish after 90 years on this planet with all those amenities? What are you going to accomplish? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And I think a lot of the answers are going to come from this side of the room. What you need to accomplish in your lifetime and your age, when you live to a ripe old age, and you leave your mark on this planet, on your community, to mankind. So think about it. The answers are over here. Hopefully the questions are on this side of the room. And again, thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate being here this morning. Thank you.
I just want to thank everyone, especially the mayor and Amatu, for Mr. Shah, for inviting me here. I came to this last year, and it was probably one of the best things I experienced from being on the council. I think it's great how you have the seniors with the seniors. And like the mayor said, it doesn't go by age. In my thing, it goes by pain. You'll see, as you get older and older, at certain times, 30, this will happen, then 40, then 50. But it's just good to still be here. I've been in Old Bridge a long time, and I just appreciate that I can join things like this. And I just want to congratulate everybody, and I'm glad you kept this program going. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to thank Mrs. Kelly and Mr. Salisbury for not only bringing their students, but making sure they're involved and their students are involved. I graduated Old Bridge High School in 2000, and that was really about the time when this kind of got off the ground. Personally and professionally, this satisfies me, professionally, because intergenerational programming is huge. Besides this intergenerational program, in the end of next week, we're doing an intergenerational art show with the Silver Linings members and our classes, which have kids as young as 5 years old. And we have some of our members here, upwards of 100. Also with our intergenerational programming, we're going to be doing a food bank, garden, vegetable garden down at our food bank. So intergenerational programming is huge. I think it benefits both sides. I think it benefits everybody. It benefits the families that you go home to. It benefits the families that you guys go home to. I think it is the definition of healthy aging. And personally, I hope that in 12 to 13 years, both of my daughters are here in these psychology classes, coming here and being part of the Old Bridge community. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Anahita Feltz, who could not be here today. She is visiting her mom in Paris, but also Nancy and Brittany for all of their hard work, not just on this day, but in the entire center. And that is all I have to say. But one last thing to the seniors in high school. You're going to hear it all the time that the world is your oyster. You are young, you are fresh. You guys can go out and do anything that you want. I know it sounds corny and you hear it all the time, but if I could go back to being 18, I might change some things, I might not, but realize that you can do anything that you choose to do. Thank you, guys.
I would also like to introduce Ezra Helfand. I was talking before about how the program began with a series of workshops that we bring into the senior center, and really it's probably about 23 years ago, Ezra, or more. Started with Nancy Steck. And that's how we came about with the intergenerational program, that when we brought these programs in, one of them had an intergenerational flavor, and that particular seminar did so well that everyone wanted to sign up for that we wound up just pulling that part of the program and creating an intergenerational program. So thank you to your agency, Ezra, all these years. Also, Kathy Hoker, she hasn't arrived, I don't think, but I wanted to say that the school system, besides our teachers, Miss Kelly and Miss Salisbury, have been wonderful to work with through the years. And the school system has always supported the program with our buses and getting the kids here and letting them, learn hands-on intercurriculum about how it is to, have a healthy aging approach. And we can't thank the school system enough for that. So we're going to go on to our students. We have our student speakers here today, and we're going to start with Fred Leo.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for lending your time to listen to me yammer on for a few minutes. Although, knowing the way my motor mouth works, it may be a few hours. Hopefully not. These trips to the Senior Center have been a wonderful experience, not only to me, but I think it's safe to say for all of us. And I'm not just saying this because I got to leave a few classes today and the other days. I really mean it, from the bottom of my heart, and I had tons of fun. In 2011, which seems so long ago now, my grandfather, Joe Leo, was in the hospital. I remember before walking into the room being taught by my grandmother, who's a nurse, how to put on the gown and gloves. She taught me so well that I was even able to teach the hospital workers who weren't doing it right. I was about 9 at the time, so I was still quite young. That year I lost one of the closest people to me. I remember the last time I was in the hospital, and I remember my last goodbye to him. Me losing my grandfather taught me the lesson of mortality and the value of life. I learned just how important every moment in life is. Because of this, I now thank God every day when I wake up for letting me do so, and I make sure to make the best of my life. We only have so much time here, and it is important to use that time wisely. Fast forward to a few months ago. I was somewhat excited, but also a little bit nervous about going to the Senior Center, and I'm sure other students were as well. I just didn't know what to expect, but soon after I got there, everyone made me feel relaxed and welcomed. But the best part was having the opportunity to talk to real people who have so much more experience than I do to share to us. I mean, really talk, face to face. Like, who does that nowadays, right? We all have the phones, right? Talking to real people definitely forms a connection, a friendship, a bond. And I really feel connected to a lot of you here. Many of you have passed on good experiences, stories, or advice to me. And I'm ready to go out into the real world. Although I might have not picked up some of the wit that some of you have. I'm ready to go off to college and enjoy my life, but to not take it for granted like I took my grandfather's many years ago. Thank you, everyone here. Thank you for our seniors for being here for us. Thank you for our teachers and everyone here who helped set everything up, for helping me to show how necessary at times it is to take a step back from the boob tube. Do people still say that? Our phones and the Snapchats, and just take some time to have a chat in real life with someone you know and learn a bit. Places like these are where we can learn things that Google can't teach us. We learn to appreciate the small things in life, because the small moments are what make up life's memories. In fact, most of the flashbulb memories, there you go, Miss Kelly, I said it, the sort of memories in which I can vividly recall most of the details in great clarity are some of the small moments in life where I'm talking with friends or connecting with people. And I don't mean with connecting to them on Facebook or Twitter. I mean the type of connecting we've all done over the course of these trips here. Thank you very much.
Hi guys. Okay, so my name's Rachel. I met most of you guys before. So my kind of speech is kind of short and sweet, just like some of the seniors, except Billy. Billy was really tall last time I saw him. But, okay, so as a current junior at Old Bridge High School, I just want to thank you, Karen Tortorisi, for welcoming Mr. Salisbury and Mrs. Kelly's psychology classes to the Old Bridge Senior Center with open arms. Thank you for giving us this unbelievable opportunity to make a connection with the seniors over these past months. Our 3 sessions included a wonderful speed get to know me, a choreographed dance routine that might as well, as I would say, was pretty 5-star, not gonna lie, and a competitive educational Jeopardy game as well. Before coming here, I was expecting just the students to fill out some questionnaires and mingle. Upon our arrival, our given goal was to connect over the ways that teens and seniors both relieve stress. Everyone has stress, so it was an interesting point of view to focus on. I personally took away that stress can be caused by a lot of things, but also realized that you could do the Soul Train anywhere to any song. So, every friendship, moment, and memory made will always have an impact on us no matter where we are, and it will stay with us forever. We thank all the seniors for their heartwarming stories, firsthand knowledge, and friendships we will never forget. I am so lucky to have not passed up this incredible chance to work with all these amazing people. I hope everybody has a blessed day and keep up with finding ways to help relieve your own stress. Thank you.
A few months ago, Ms. Kelly, my AP psychology teacher, asked each of our classes who would be interested in going to the senior center a couple of times to visit and meet some of the people there. At first, I was a little hesitant because I didn't have much interaction with your age group. However, after Ms. Kelly's discussion with us, it sounded like something I wanted to be a part of. Each time I come here, I'm so happy and grateful that I did get picked to visit you all. I remember the first day we came, we did a speed dating activity, one of my favorite memories. I also remember from that day, one of my favorite questions to ask was, how did you meet your husband or wife? I remember one of the ladies said how they were just part of the same friend group, and over time, they just got closer and started going on movies and started dating. I love this because looking back at my own relationship, I could say it started in a very similar way, and it warms my heart that even with all this new technology in my generation, simple things like this hasn't changed much. One thing I know I will never forget was a Christmas dance we all did. All I can say is wow, and you all have some moves, and I'm very impressed. Not only was that fun, but doing it with all of you made it so much better. It makes me happy to know that dancing is loved throughout all generations. I remember a lot of you were so excited and loved to talk about your grandchildren and your own kids, and each time I hear any of you talk about them, you all are so excited. And I get so much more excited for the future when I could feel the same excitement for my own. So thank you for that. But more importantly, thank you for being here, and thank you for talking to us and spending your time with us and sharing some of your knowledge. You all have accepted us, enjoyed having us around. I know this is an experience I will enjoy and will never forget. I would do it again if I had the chance. So thank you for all these great experiences.
When I first got off the bus for our first visit to Silver Linings, I genuinely had no idea what to expect. I was excited, anxious, and totally just looking forward to spending time here. I remained open-minded and can honestly say that these 4 visits have become some of the most rewarding experiences I've had in my life thus far. I was gifted with the opportunity to meet so many new people. This program is truly amazing, allowing teenagers to speak with such a beautiful group of people that normally we wouldn't have the opportunity to. Many of the students here today, including myself, were never given an opportunity to come to a place like this with the sole purpose of conversating with other people. The most rewarding aspect of this program was being able to speak to the people here and receive the kind of wisdom and advice that us teenagers just don't have enough experience on our back to know. I was extremely lucky to have found a connection and very good friend in one person here named Mary. From the first visit, Mary was so kind to me and told me so much about herself and her grandchildren while also listening to my teenage problems about school and family. It was so wonderful to share our stories and find that we actually had a lot more in common than I originally thought. In the future, I would very much like to come back to Silver Linings, not as a volunteer, but as a visitor and a friend to the people that I've come to know and appreciate. I'd like to personally thank Mrs. Tortorici, Mr. Salisbury, and Miss Kelly, and everyone else who worked as hard as they did to get us to come here. It's an experience I wouldn't have traded for anything, and I'm just very happy to have had the opportunity, and it won't be one I forget. Thank you.
The teens talk about school, difficult people, money, and health. The seniors talk about bad TV news, money, and health. So you can see that we do have many things in common. We outlined some ways to relieve stress, by dance, by music, as Sarah had said. And we talk about ways to move forward when we're in a difficult situation. The Intergenerational program promotes cultural diversity, kindness, and friendship. It provides opportunities for socialization, physical activity, and the exchange of ideas and traditions. It fosters understanding between two distinct generations. At this time, we'd like to give out the certificates. Mr. Paul Salisbury. Thank you, Mr. Salisbury.
Great job.
Rachel West.
I love you all.
Jewel Works.
Here she comes.
Oh, she's coming. She's coming.
Hide down over there.
Thank you, Jewel. Thank you so much. Kim Wares. Caitlin Ramsden. Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much, honey. Veronica Piscuri. Ezra Helfand from Wellspring Center for Prevention. Thank you, Ezra, for supporting us all these years. Thank you. Oh, boy. Brenda Christian, who's our dance instructor. I'm sorry that she couldn't be here, but she's the best. Alexa DiMeglio. Allison Delaney. Thank you, Allison. Caitlin Kushiner. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you. Brianna Clark. Tareem Chada. Thank you. Deanna Campbell. She's not here. Zoa Alam. Barbara Rodriguez. Mia Nangano. Thank you, Mia. Deambra Galvin. Jill Patel. Thank you. Gabriella Cucci. You want me to read the names?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Madison Martins. Thank you, Madison. Olivia LeBrow. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. Fidel Abraham. Jamie Giacobbe. Thank you, Jamie. Michaelia Charlie. Matt? Nusirin Memnis. Ayana Mateo. Maddie Lodato. Fred Leo. Beautiful speech. Giovanna Lentini. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you. Abby Kikarov. Thank you, Abby. Gloria Kong. Thank you, Gloria. Leah Forenito. Angela Kelly, psychology teacher. Woo-hoo. Rachel Villarama. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel Shapiro. Wahui Shah. Sam Salvador. Judel Pineda. Sarah Misak. Beautiful speech, Sarah. Emma Mahalo. Thank you, Emma. Grace Puchetta. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Delian Arijo. Thank you. Thank you so much. Julia Bilday. Nikira Berrios. Thank you, Nikira. Madison Steiner. Beautiful speech, Madison. Thank you. One more round of applause for all our students. I'd like to thank the mayor and Matt for always supporting me and all of my programs, especially Intergenerational program. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Matt, Monchu, and John. Thank you so much. And Ezra, too. Our senior staff, Anna, Nancy, John for our setup, and our full staff for always pitching in and helping us with our program. Thank you so much. Most importantly, our gracious seniors. I've never seen a bunch of the nicest people welcome our students here 6 times a year and our closing with such open arms. You make our students feel so comfortable, which is what they tell me when we go back for lunch, right? So they always say that you're the nicest people, and they are so happy that they got involved with the program. So thank you so much to our seniors. Old Bridge High School's administration, Mr. Sassos, making sure I get my buses every year. I will never forget you, Mr. Sasso, and our psychology teachers for being so nice to our students and our seniors. Wellspring Center of Prevention, not just Ezra, but Helen and the complete staff that come here and help us with our Jeopardy game. Everyone learns something, including me, every year. Thank you, Ezra. Kathy Hoker, our Assistant Superintendent of Schools, when I was thanking the schools and the administration, I just want to say that they always open all the doors for our programs. They're gracious and lovely, and I never have a problem. Thank you so much, Kathy.
Thank you so much. I'm just so grateful for everyone coming out today and for this program. This is always one of my favorite events of the year. I love seeing our students, working with our seniors, and all that they gain from your stories and your experience. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, out to shout out for our dance expertise, Brenda Christian. She's a choreographer here, and not only does she do Zumba, she teaches dance lessons. So keep that in mind, students, when you get out of college. OBTV for always filming us so everyone can share this with their parents. Thank you so much, OBTV. And I always have to shout out to the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. They helped me fund these programs so we could bring them to our township and help our community. Thank you. And now we're closing and our luncheon. And thank you all for coming.